there. Okay. Here, well, let's start talking about blended learning. In 2008, 13 years ago, there was a book. The title of the book was Disrupting Class. In that book, the authors predicted that by the year 2019, half of all the courses were going to be online. Surprise, surprise. 2020 arrived with the pandemic and the lockdown, and now I am sure that much more than half of the courses all around the world were online, right? Weren't they? So, the unexpected thing. But in this book, they were doing that prediction because it works. Blended learning works, really works. It is not something new. It is not something that came with the lockdown. It came just a long time before the lockdown. They started teaching with this system, and blended learning is effective if we know how to do it. And I am sure that most of the things that we're going to be talking about today, you have already done them because of the lockdown. Blended learning is a combination of classroom learning and online learning. And this is a combination. Well, this is the classic combination. There are several mixes, but essentially it is this: classroom learning with online learning, or individual learning with groupal learning, with a group and a class. There have been different models for blending, and the models depend on the combination, but they are essentially the same ingredients, just in different doses, depending on the dose. For example, the first one, face-to-face driver, most of the attention, most of the instruction is face-to-face, and just sometimes online. On the other side, we have online driver. Most of the work is done online, and just some sessions with a tutor or a mentor. Here you are going to find this link in the presentation with much research done about blended learning in many prestigious universities in the United States, with all the models that we saw in the previous slide, and they document the results that they got. This is just before the lockdown, and they were documenting the results and the increase in the grades and the very good results and benefits that they got from the blended learning. So it's very interesting. There is the link if you want to go for it. There are many advantages on the blended learning instruction. You can connect good with a diversity of learners, and it is more accessible and efficient. It employs a greater variety of learning strategies, and it encourages independence and responsibility. You learn better if it's your responsibility, if you take it for you, not because they tell you. And blended learning it helps improve autonomy in our students. These are the models. This is the traditional model, blended instruction with lessons at school, face-to-face, with some hours. So, for example, a course of 6 hours a week could be just 2 hours face-to-face and 4 hours with autonomous work at home, okay? So it is considered like 6 hours, but students only go to school 2 hours. And here is the combination, online or distance activity with face-to-face class and the teacher's feedback, of course. Now, in the other model, the lockdown model, we have asynchronous activities, that is the autonomous activities that we're going to see, and synchronous activities, that is face-to-face but online, in the virtual classroom, on the video conference platforms. And then we have with the teacher's feedback, also, because it is very important, right, teacher's feedback. Synchronous activities are the ones that are done in the classroom, face-to-face class, or on the platforms of video conference that I am really sure that you have used these days, the last year, since everything started. Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, Cisco WebEx, Zoom, among many others that you use to have your lesson. Some teachers say that it is like speaking to the Ouija. That's it. Are you there? Are you there? I want to listen. Tell me something. Speak to me. Well, something like that. Education changes, but it makes us better if we really want to be better. Asynchronous activities are different. Asynchronous activities It is very convenient for us to use LMS platforms. Do you manage all the activities? Do you administer the activities to your students through email or through Facebook or through WhatsApp? It's convenient. I mean, many people find it convenient. I find it really inconvenient because with an LMS platform, you have all the benefits, all the advantages. There are many. And this is Google Classroom, Edmodo, Schoology, Canva, Nearpod, Blackboard, Moodle. They are just some examples. There are very many others, okay? And depending on your institution, maybe you have some, you are using the one of your school. With an LMS, we can share information with our students, which are audio, video, pictures, Word, and links, and whatsoever you want, you put it on the LMS. And you can tell me, teacher, but you can do exactly the same with the email, and with the WhatsApp group, and with the Facebook group. Yeah, but with the LMS, you have everything on the same place, but in different locations. With the date, and students get everything there. They don't need you to resend them anything because they can find it. Everything is there in a structure, in different files, with the date. And when you put a homework, when you assign a homework, in that space they have to upload the homework. So it has many advantages that, well, you're going to find all the advantages there, but I'm going to be like flying. But if you are using one, you know them, which are the advantages, okay? If you are not, read them then and choose one. I recommend you this Google Classroom is the one that I use because it is the one of my school. Yes, we are in public education, so we have Google Suite, the G Suite for all of us. And there is a video tutorial playlist that I find very convenient, that you're going to find it very useful if you use Google Classroom, because it is a set of 46 videos, very small videos that go exactly to the point that you want, of the thing that you want to know. Exactly. So it is very, very good. So we were saying that the activities, when we talk about activities, and we consider blended learning, they are synchronous and asynchronous. Synchronous is at the same time. That's the name, synchronous, at the same time, like synchronized swimming, okay? And asynchronous is a different time, at the time that you want. Yeah, and in different places maybe. This is asynchronous. So synchronous is occurring at the same time and in the same place, and asynchronous occurring at different times. It is very important for us to distinguish the advantages of the activities when we are going to decide to assign something for homework, in an asynchronous and autonomous way, and which are the activities that are convenient for the classroom if we are going to divide our class time in those modes. Asynchronous learning activities, the ones that are recommended, are, for example, reading. Reading is good if you assign it for homework. Watch video-based instruction. We are going to see some recommendation for that. Listen to podcast, explore teacher-curated resources, engage in online discussions. There are applications for forums that are very good, and that you ask your students to participate and to answer and to reply, so they can do it at home. There are sometimes these activities that we don't have the time in the classroom for doing them, but in this case, we are going to be using, they can participate in different times in an asynchronous and autonomous way. Also, we have this practice and review. There are exercises, research, if you want them to do some investigation. It's for homework, not for class, right? And reflect, document, learning. Here it is, the link. If you want to read more, you're going to find it there in the presentation. Here, asynchronous learning provides students with a high degree of flexibility, yes, and autonomy. They can control the pace of their learning. This is important. Because sometimes in the classroom we assign the activities, and some students are very fast finishers, and they get bored because they have to be waiting for the others to finish. Or the other way around. They are the ones who really need to take their time in the reading, their time in the exercise. And then the teacher starts checking, and I have not finished that, so I don't know, I couldn't finish, and the answers are already there on the board, right? So this is one of the biggest benefits of autonomous learning. Autonomous learning is really good because students can learn at their own pace. That is important. All of us have a different pace, learning pace. What if I want to do the listening 3 times? Or watch the video 5 times? Or only one time, only once? Yeah, so it is good. Asynchronous learning activities are good because of that. Also, they can include a wide variety of resources, other than just the book and the workbook. For the asynchronous activities, you don't depend on the internet of your school. If you assign these activities for their students' home, they have internet at home, most of them. Maybe some exceptions don't, but now with the lockdown, they got into it. So let's take advantage of that. There are many activities that you would like them to do. Now, deliver them for homework, okay, as homework. Take advantage of the resources that they can use at home, others than just the book and workbook. And we're going to see a variety of activities that you can use. There are thousands of websites for ELT, and we can also think of the asynchronous learning as pre-work and post-work for the synchronous sessions, okay? Synchronous session is in class, and the asynchronous can be before and after. Some activities to do before class and after class. We are going to talk about it here. Synchronous activities are the ones for class, okay, the ones that are convenient. All of them promote interaction, yeah? So asynchronous promote autonomy, and synchronous promote interaction. Let's keep that in mind so we can choose. We build community and relationships and lead interactive modeling sessions and differentiate instruction for small groups. We are going to talk about it later. Yeah, that is very good. Personalize instruction and provide one-to-one coaching and guide practice and application, real-time conversations, foster collaboration among students, and real-time feedback on work in progress. So those are the activities, the things that we can work with in class. Not a reading, okay? Not a reading. Or a video, 30-minute video, or really, are you using your class time for that? I mean, if you have all your classes are face-to-face, okay. But if you have some face-to-face time and some time for autonomous activities, it's important that we decide what to do. Then it says, synchronous digital learning elements are used live with students participating at the same time, typically from different places. Yeah, right now in the lockdown, if you are teaching online, you are on the video conference platform, but students can be in a different place. The biggest advantage of synchronous learning is the human connection. When students learn in a shared time and space, they have access to their teacher and to each other. And the live sessions reduce social isolation, provide immediate help, and allow people to learn from each other. Having our students together on a learning platform just for reading, well, it could help if we make good discussions. Or maybe you can do it, but collaboratively, right? You do breakout rooms if you are in Zoom, or if you are face-to-face, well, you let them go together in teamwork. You develop classroom activities that promote active learning. Active learning is very important. We always learn more when we do things, okay? We need to do things. Students should be applying the knowledge gained from prior asynchronous activities, okay? So, here it is. What did I do? Okay. Here, hybrid learning. We have live instruction with some students online while others are face-to-face. Is somebody here teaching this way? That you are in the classroom and you have only half of the group? Yeah? I find it like difficult, right? Because of technology. Maybe you don't have like a very good reception and the students who are at home are like kind of lost, or I don't know. But it is very common in some places. I think it is expensive to do something like this and challenging as well. But to be effective, pedagogically speaking, it should include blended learning and fluid classroom strategies to develop synchronous and asynchronous activities and learning. When students come to the face-to-face session, they need to come prepared with some material before. And we need to know how to work with this. So we take advantage of time and resources. I have a best wishes list. My teacher's heart is ambitious, and I have a wish list. And maybe there are some of my wishes that you share that you feel identified with, and you are going to be doing the checkboxing in your mind, or better in your heart. I want my students to do more high-order thinking and to be creative. And I want to teach problem solving, critical thinking, and collaboration. Not only English, but many other things. 21st century skills, they are very important. I want to challenge the higher achieving students to go deeper without at the same time ignoring or discouraging the lower achieving students. I want to support students at their pace while still meeting the standards, okay, the quality standard, the required standards of school. I want to encourage students to guide their own learning. They need to guide their own learning. I want to create a personalized learning environment for each student so that all of the students could grow and develop to the best of their ability. Not only to the standards, but to the best of their own ability. That is important. Let's talk about flipped classroom right now. Yeah, but as I see somebody is like closing your eyes, I am going to ask you something. When I clap my hands twice, you're going to stand up. When I clap my hands twice, you're going to stand up and dance with me. Yes? Okay, are you ready? Yes. Show me. Stand up. Okay, excellent. Yes, yes, okay. And I clap and you're going to start dancing with me. Clap with me, okay? Clap with me. Na na na, na 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 na. Na na na, na 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 na. Al otro lado. Na na na, na 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 na. Na na na, na 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 na. Great. Sit down. Thank you. Thank you very much. You know what? You are crazy. You are English teachers. I love you. Okay. Let's talk about flipped classroom. Now that we flipped the environment here, now let's talk about flipped classroom. To lecture at home and to do homework at school. This is a very popular definition of flipped classroom. We do homework at school and we receive the instruction at home. Using technology to deliver asynchronous direct instruction with the intention of freeing up class time for student-centered learning. That is flipped classroom. We change the way we give instruction. We change the activities that we assign with a purpose. Flipped classroom. Well, we have the difference between traditional teaching and flipped teaching. In the traditional model, the teacher is at the front all the time, lecturing their students. It doesn't matter the subject, okay? It just works like that. While in the flipped classroom model, the lecture is at home. Students receive the message, the information, the video, the PDF, the reading at home. They have to do it before going to class. Now, when it is class time in the traditional way, after the lecture, students go home and they do their homework activities. While in the flipped classroom, they have the lecture at home, and in the classroom, they do classroom activities. All the activities from what they previously learned have to be executed in the classroom all together. We put our hands on and action starts, okay? Not the teacher teaching, but the action happening. Okay. So here it says, traditional classroom, the instructor prepares material to be delivered in class, and the student listen to lectures and other guided instruction in class, and homework is assigned. And in flipped classroom, the instructor records and shares lectures outside the class, or you can use some material that is already done by somebody else. Students watch and listen to the lectures before coming to class. Class time is devoted to applied learning activities and more higher order thinking tasks, because they already know. When they come to the classroom, they already know. They are supposed to be already in the topic, so they can do more things. And students receive support from the instructor and peers as needed. Let's see more. This is the most popular picture that you can find about flipped classroom, because it shows 3 moments. There are 3 moments in the flipped classroom. before, during, and after. Before class, students prepare to participate in class activities. During class, students practice applying the key concepts that they learn here. Here they learn the key concepts, and then when they are in the classroom, they practice with those key concepts in the company of their friends, okay, their classmates. And out of the class, well, students check their understanding and extend their learning with other different follow-up activities. This is it. Bloom's taxonomy, I am sure that you know it. This is the model of the learning stages. The basic stages are the ones at the bottom of the pyramid, and then on and on and on. It is a very big difference with flipped instruction in the Bloom's taxonomy of learning. The basic levels are knowledge and comprehension. Those are the ones that are going to happen at home before class. This is important because in the traditional model, students come to class and they know nothing. And we're going to just start with knowledge and comprehension, and maybe somebody interrupts your class or something happens and, okay, application is for homework. And what about the rest of the pyramid? Sometimes we don't have time. Sometimes we just have time for a quiz. You study and I give you a quiz and that's it. Be honest. And yeah, that happens sometimes. And in the model of flipped classroom, if we can have some time for autonomous learning before our class, then when they come to class, they already come ready for application because knowledge and comprehension was done at home, individually, autonomously with the activities that you are going to apply. Okay, that we are going to see the how to. Okay, not only the theory but the how to. And if they arrive to class here, more or less here, then in class we are going to work collaboratively for analysis, synthesis, and evaluation, okay? So this is important for learning, and it changes the way we teach with a purpose. There are some advantages of flipped class according to research. Yeah, it's more efficient. It increases critical thinking, the real-world problem-solving approach, reduces achievement gaps. It is proven. You are going to find the references at the end of the presentation, and it improves exam performance, as all the research that we have seen in the universities that I showed you before. In the practice, the blended or flipped instruction helps students become more responsible for their own learning, and it benefits busy students and allows more individual interaction with students. Of course, if you are not lecturing at the front of the classroom, if they are working together with the interaction that you have planned previously, then you have time for coming with the student who was absent last class, with a student who has problem understanding something, because you have time. You are not teaching, you are not lecturing your class. They are busy working with something, okay? It allows teachers to develop better relationships with their students and frees class time for active learning activities. Sometimes we know a lot of things that we would like to do in our classroom, but we don't have the time. Yeah, it is difficult. Or if we do them, then we don't do other things. Yeah, with flipped instruction, then if you plan your activities, you're going to have more time for doing all the things that you want to do, and not only cover the content, but really promoting learning and motivating your students with active learning, things that they can do. It provides a student-centered learning environment. The teacher doesn't need to lecture to deliver content during class time. Yeah, it's action time. Class time is interaction class. There's interaction time. So, again, the asynchronous learning activities are the ones that we can deliver for home. If they do the reading, or watch a video, or listen to podcasts, exercises. Curated exercises means that they are exercises that were not done by us. Yes, we teachers are creators and curators of material. Creators, when we do everything, okay? We do all the material that we use. Curators is when we look for material, maybe in the internet, maybe in your books, maybe you have a lot of things, but somebody else did them. You look for them and you adapt them according to your students' needs. This is curator. It's not an easy thing. Sometimes you spend more time exploring what to use than if you do it yourself. But anyways, we are going to see many alternatives of tools and websites that you can use and that can help you find interesting material that you can take advantage of. Engage in online discussions, and as we sometimes we in class we do the interaction orally, right? They speak, but forums are a different thing. They have time to think. They have time to plan. They even have time to research about their opinion. Okay, I'm going to have my opinion, but I want to look for something or some vocabulary or some arguments that I want to use about the situation. Okay, so it's different a forum than speaking time together. Practice and review, research and explore, and reflect, document and learning. All those are the activities that you can assign for the before and the after. Remember those 2 moments, pre and post. Asynchronous activities then can be writing, listening, reading comprehension, videos, grammar, vocabulary, exercises, journals, portfolio, reflection, forums, and the workbook, okay? It doesn't mean that you cannot do listening activities in the classroom. No, of course you can. But sometimes it is good if you have a way to deliver the listening to them. Some students would like to listen to it 3 times, and in class you only have time maybe for once, okay, for playing it once. So it has advantages. What about the videos? Sometimes we assign some videos for homework, but the video is a video that I got from the YouTube 15-minute video, and I only wanted them to see 3 minutes, but I didn't know how to cut it. Maybe I specify them, okay, go from minute number 7:30 to minute number 10:49, okay? So maybe. But with these 2 applications, with these 2 websites, you can crop the videos, and it's very easy. You just copy the URL from the YouTube and paste it on one of these 2 sites, 2 websites, and it's already there. And you can do the cropping exactly the part of the video that you want them to see. But not only that, how many times have you come to class and say, hey kids, who watched the video yesterday? And they say, yes, teacher. Did you? Yes, teacher. Okay, tell me this. No, esa parte no vi. Okay, so, and it's time consuming because if you have 30 students, you're not going to be asking the 30 of them, but 1 question to each one, or let's imagine that you design a quiz of the video, okay? Watch the video because tomorrow I'm going to give you a quiz. But then, who is going to grade the quizzes? You. So, no, thank you. With these websites, these fantastic, wonderful, and lovely websites, you just copy and paste the video from the YouTube, and then you're going to insert the questions there in the video, exactly in the place where you want. And it's very easy. It is easier than making the quiz yourself, okay? So, yeah. Here, transform passive video viewing into active learning. So you give them the video and something to do. That is going to be checked automatically. You don't have to do the checking of this, okay? It's wonderful. Play Pause It. It has my videos that you can have a collection there, and it says input URL there. You paste the URL of the video, or upload a video that you already have in your computer, or only the MP3 if you want an audio with questions. There, an MP3, or you do your recording. You do your recording with your camera in this time, in that moment. You just press that key and start speaking, blah, 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 blah. And then you record your video with questions. So it's wonderful. Questions that you're not going to check. You are only going, yeah, that's great. You are only going to open, or they send you the screenshot with their grade, because they get a grade. So it's wonderful. This is an example of a question. This is a video of present simple. Perhaps you don't teach grammar in your system. Perhaps you use content, but not grammar. So you can upload the video that you prefer. But this is just an example. And look at these dots. The white dots mean that in the video we have questions. This is a question, this is a question, this is a question, and this is a question that we have on the screen. Here, is good to know, well, this is the example of the question. Do we add S, apostrophe S to the verb in negative sentence, yes or no? We have a variety of question types that you can choose. You can do your questions there, and you can insert the questions exactly in the position of the video that you want, and it's for free, and it's fantastic. Do you like it? Yes. Are you gonna use it? Yes. Okay, great, because you have all of this. Multiple choice, free response, poll, check all, fill in the blank, discussion, yes, vocabulary matching. It's wonderful, and it is going to be, the tutorials are going to be on the site that I already showed you. And the links are going to be in the presentation. Edpuzzle has a grading book. In Edpuzzle, you can upload, you can create your teacher's account, create a group with your students, and you have a grade book. So when you open your computer, you don't even need to ask them. You say, Fulano no vio el video, Menganito lo vio 5 veces. Yeah, that's very good. Yeah, what time, how long they spend there doing that, and their grade. And their grade. And promise, it is not too time consuming to be planning an activity like this one. It is not so long. Once you discover how, once you see how, then you're going to do it like very easily, okay? And you don't have to check, so wow, wonderful. Make any video your lesson. Here you're going to find the tutorials on the presentation. So this is the two of them, Playpuzzle and Edpuzzle are the ones that I know. There are many others, but I have found them easy, and free. Bien, coming back to the asynchronous learning activities, we have this Explore Teacher Curated Resources, remember? Now I'm going to show you this. Maybe you know it, but if you don't, you need to know it. If you don't know agendaweb.org, you need to know it. Yeah. It is not a website, but a directory of websites. The master of all the websites, okay? It has the classification of many thousands, myriads of pages of English exercises already organized by grammar, vocabulary, verbs, phonetic symbols, listening, reading, audio stories. It's endless. And when you open, for example, grammar, and then you look for comparative adjectives, okay, and then you look for phrasal verbs, and then you look for present continuous, okay? You choose the topic, and you choose the level. Beginners, intermediate, advanced, and then it opens the page of the links. It takes you less than 1 minute to choose an exercise. These exercises are online, they are colorful, they are full of pictures and very good things. For example, here we have this one, this example. This is an example of a definite article, and they have to, it's already answered, and they grade themselves automatically. You can assign this for homework for reinforcing the topics that you are working with, readings, videos, listenings, grammar, vocabulary. It's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And students can just open it with the link on their telephones, on their computer, on their iPads, on their wherever, okay? So they just need internet, right? And they get the grade. They can send you the screenshots. They just send you the screenshots of their grades, okay? If you assign it on your LMS, your classroom or your Blackboard, or you assign it, and then on the space of the homework, you send the link, and they send you the screenshot, Very easy. If you need more ideas for exercises to practice, if you need more ideas about a topic for exam, if you are going to type an exam, go there and look for some ideas, examples, things that are already done. So you don't have to work more than what you work. The next one. Live worksheets, maybe you know it. Live worksheets is a useful tool for creating interactive worksheets. They are interactive, automatically graded. Wonderful. A variety of worksheets already created by other users can be also accessed. So you can do your own pages, or you can use the ones that are already there. You only choose. And they are thousands, and they are beautiful. Very, very beautiful. You can upload any page, document, chart, picture you want, and you can create different classes and workbooks for your students. There, you create your account of teacher, you create your groups with your students, and you design your beautiful workbooks with the pages that you choose. Here it is an example. This is my group of PET preparation for Cambridge certification. And you can see the pages of my students. Some of them were created by me, by myself, but some others were some that I found there, and I included them in the workbook. The tutorial is here. If you like it, try it. It's wonderful. It's great, and you don't need to check. Everything is checked, but I didn't check it. Yeah. Educaplay. Educaplay is fantastic. Maybe you know it, but if you don't, you need to know it. It looks like childish, but it is used for adults a lot. A lot, okay? More. You design your activities, and you can use activities already created by other teachers. What we have in common as English teachers is that we can share material with people from all over the world, from all over the planet. You are always going to find thousands of resources because of that. It's not the same as to teach philosophy, for example, because maybe other teachers look for teach the same things, but with a different curriculum or something. And in English, it's not the same. I mean, English, the topics are more or less the same, right? So here it is, an activity about food, drink, vocabulary that I didn't do. I didn't do this activity. I only used it. The author is Joanna Jacqueline. Thank you, teacher Joanna. And I found this activity. I used it with my students. So it generates a game pin. You share the game pin with your students, and you can use these activities in your class if they have internet connection, with their cell phone if they want. Or at home, you can assign these activities for homework, and you are going to receive the results. You are going to see the results of your students, like for 3 months. For 3 months, they are stored there. But if you want them, the results of the activities that you assign there, you can download them in Excel. That you download them in Excel, you just copy the grades and paste them in your gradebook. Yeah, all the activities that you assign there. And you can do many things. These are just some of the activities, but they are very many. You need to go there. Interactive map is not only for geography. Interactive map is, for example, if we are talking about the parts of the body, I can paste the picture of a person, and they have to identify the parts of the body there. Or a house, for the parts of the house. Yeah, so this is for any picture that you imagine, okay? So riddles, fill in the blanks, crossword, dialogue, dictation, jumbled word, jumbled sentence, matching game, word search puzzle, quiz, collection, slideshow, video quiz. Video quiz, exactly the same as the ones that we saw in Educa in the other play posit. Yeah, it's exactly the same. You insert some questions, and the questions pop out during the video, and it's good. Very easy to do. You just fill in the spaces. Fill in the spaces with the sentences that you want, or the kind of questions that you want. And the design of the activities is very attractive. The students can answer those exercises on their mobile phones, and they receive the feedback immediately with their grade and the answers that they got incorrect. Be honest, I have never been able to check all the workbooks by hand, one answer after another. I have never. It's impossible. Yeah, there is no life. My coordinator wanted me to do that. But I said, oh, come on, it's impossible. 30 answers in an afternoon with 60 students. How come? It's worse than an exam. So, but if you assign this kind of activities, students really receive their feedback, their personal feedback, and they know exactly which were the answers that they got incorrect. So, it has many advantages, and you can assign as many as you can. So explore it. Educaplay is for free. Yeah, wonderful. And here we have another one, Flipgrid. Let me see the time. What time do I have to finish? Oh my God! Let me run. This is to create a gallery of videos, and you create your account, and every time that you send an activity, you are given a link. You send the link to your students, and then they open the link. They don't need to download anything. It's very simple. They just click on the link on their telephones, record themselves doing what you ask them to do, describe your vacations of your dreams, and then lovely, oh, I think And you're going to get the gallery that everybody can see the other students' videos, okay? The group, only the group is private. It's not the same as YouTube. The class can see the videos and comment. For example, if you ask them to ask a question, in the video they are going to ask a question. So all the bypassers, the ones of the same group, are going to answer the question with another video. Yes, so it is interaction, and the evidence is going to be there. It's fantastic. Everybody can see the recordings of the things that you are practicing. Instead of assigning just homework about writing, you can assign video homework, the speaking homework, okay? Yeah? So, and they can interact. They can give likes, stars, write, or answer with another video there. So it is great. Flipgrid, and it's also for free. Yeah, the account, you can create it for free. And it's freer right now than when it was open some years ago. This one is Padlet. Padlet is like a bulletin board that you create for them to display a gallery of wonderful works. Sometimes you assign very beautiful homeworks and the results are only for you. They cannot share it in the classroom because you don't have time. You would like everybody to show their family tree or their thing that they did, but you don't have the time. Here in Padlet, you create a board very easily. And there are many different displays. You're going to love it because the backgrounds are adorable, really. And then you give them the link, and okay, student, you are going to publish your homework here. Yeah, and they can publish text, images, links, documents, videos, voice recordings, and different layouts. It's wonderful. Quizlet. Quizlet is one of my favorites for learning vocabulary. English and Spanish, if they are beginners, or intermediate and advanced, you can put English and definition, and with pictures. It is a system of flashcards. Flashcards. It is as easy as this. You type the word here, and you put English. It is going to give you a definition. You don't even need to type the definition yourself. It is going to give you some options for you to choose. Also the pictures. It is going to give you the options for pictures to choose, and you can create flashcards like in a very, very fast way. This is an example of a unit, and this is a question about here with the flashcards, and you have all these activities to do with those flashcards that are very, very good. Students can practice with that material on their cell phones, very, very fast, on their cell phones at home. They can even create the sets. You can assign the students to create the set if you want, okay? So this is the word and the definition. You can use it in any topic as long as you have a question and an answer. And here is an example of an exercise of multiple choice. The telephone is going to show you the questions, and if they are incorrect in their answers, the program is going to be repeating them, only the ones that they didn't know. So it is great, it is wonderful. If you have children, use this for your children too. Yeah, you can create quizzes. Every time you click on quizzes, you can create a different quiz. And you select the kind of answers that you want there. Yes, and it displays, the students can answer it on their telephones, or you can print them. You can also print them. If you have your material, your vocabulary list for units, you are going to see that it has many benefits, a lot. So, coming back to the synchronous interactions, then they have to have a content element and social element. I am going to give you the presentation. My time is almost over, but all these applications and websites, you are going to find them in the site Digitalizate Maestro. You are going to find the tutorials. This is a course that we commonly teach up to 15 hours or 4 hours, and interacting with the tools, interacting during the interaction. So that's why it's kind of long. These are the apps of the Google, the G Suite. It's also for collaborative work. Here it says the references. And here we have the QR codes. This is for the presentation. The other one is for the site of Digitalizate Maestro, where you are going to find the tutorials. Here in the presentation, you are going to take the slides. If you like the workshop, I would really, really, really appreciate if you come to the front and take a picture with me. I mean, that we have a picture of all of us together. Thank you very much for your attention and for being here. Thank you very much. I hope that this has been useful for you. It was kind of fast, but you have a bunch of ideas right now to use in these times, okay? Thank you for your attention. Thank you. And you can come here for the picture. Don't go, please. Come here for the picture, everybody. Yes? Scan your phone. If you don't have a scanner, take a picture of the thing, okay? If you don't have a scanner, thank you for coming. Thank you. Come for the picture, please. Everybody dancing. La 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 la. Yes, please. Some of you. Yeah, here. Here, come for the picture, please. Everybody. Come with your beautiful smile under your mask. But we can see that your eyes get smaller, right? Your eyes get smaller. Yes. Everybody, wonderful teachers. Wonderful. Smile. Everybody smile. Oh, very quiet. He's my brother from Nayarit. Yeah. He's giving a presentation also today. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone. You are the best. If there is something you need, there over there, you're going to find my email. Yes, in case you have any questions. Yes, you do also. Double bottle.
Thank you very much, teacher.
No sé cuántos terminan.
Thank you. Oh, you're very kind.
Yes, and I have a channel in YouTube with lots of videos. Yes, and the email. Yes, because we give virtual workshops. If you are interested, but the virtual workshops are very nice. They are kind of longer, 2 hours, but we really interact with the groups. We do the exercises. So if you are interested, write to me, and I am going to send you an invitation for the next one that we have, so you can invite whoever you want.
¿Tú tienes la bolsita? And see if they really work.
Yes. Which is better for father? Oh, great. Yes, I have a friend in there. Teacher Riley. Teacher Cynthia Ramirez. No, pero ella no está en otra computadora. Yeah. So. Yes, you're very Yes, please. Yes, teacher, thank you. You're very kind. Thank you.
Yeah.
There you go. Ready?
Yeah.
Say cheese.
Yeah.
How are you?
Good.
1 and 2 and 3. Now we'll do move. 1. And what about when we move to this side? So you can see the air.
No.
1 and 2 and 3.
Thank you.
Oh. Thank you. You're very kind, and thank you very much for being here. Oh, thank you, teacher.
All the way from Guaymas.
Wow, beautiful white mask.
Have you been there?
No,
Never?
I've never been there.
Well, this is part of our port.
Oh,
Obviously, my feet are so, but
great.
thank you.
Excellent. Bye bye. Yes, of course.
It was over there.
Ajá.
O sea, yo he tomado muchos webinars. ¿Hablas español?
Sí, sí.
Muchos webinars gracias a profesora Políglota y y me he dedicado a tomar mucho para actualizar en la parte digital. Y todo esto lo están manejando en todos los idiomas.
Sí.
Pero el que usted se haya tomado el juntar todo.
Muchas gracias. Qué bueno que les sea de utilidad.
Mi nombre es Tania Sergio, yo le escribo.
Sí,
Y todo.
con mucho gusto. Cualquier cosa, a la orden. Gracias.
Ayúdame, por favor, con una megaduda.
Una megaduda.
Megaduda gramatical.
Megaduda gramatical.
Gramatical.
Dios mío, si está en mis manos.
¿Cómo
Mira,
es?
ni puedo cerrar esto y doy tecnologías. Es que no me sirve. ¡Ah!
Comandos.
Ajá.
Estructural. Auxiliar, verbo. Negación. Auxiliar, negación, verbo. Entonces, ¿por qué hay expresiones? Por ejemplo, cuando yo te digo, don't you worry.
Ya.
¿Por qué you?
Sí, porque lo normal sería don't worry.
Don't worry. Ajá.
Don't worry.
Y eso me causó una broncota, porque no supe explicar, le dije a los chicos. Permítame que lo investigo. Lo he buscado y no lo he encontrado.
No lo vas a encontrar.